Hello, everybody. I'm Hunter Cumberland here with Mary Wollstonecraft, and she was gracious enough to come by and see me so that we could interview her and ask her some things about her life. How are you today, Mary?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, the first thing I want to ask you is, when were you born?
I was born on April the 27th, 1759 in Spittsville, London.
Okay. And are you married?
Yes, I am, to William Godwin.
All right. Would you care to share some of your childhood with us?
Certainly. Well, I grew up in a somewhat wealthy home in which my father tried to unsuccessfully build a farm several times, but because of these failed attempts and frustrations, he unfortunately took his anger out on my family, my sister, my mother, and I. And after my mother died when I was 21, I decided to leave and pursue my livelihood.
And how did you do that?
Well, first, my sister Eliza, my best friend Fanny, and I started a school in Newton Green. I later took a job as a governess of the Kingsborough family in Ireland. That, however, did not last long. After just 3 years, I became a translator and advisor for a noted publisher named Joseph Johnson. And after 4 years of that, I wrote my book, A Vindication of Women's Rights.
Yeah, I've heard of this book, and I'm sure most everyone else has too. This book is what made you famous for being a feminist, right?
I don't know about famous, but I definitely would consider myself a strong feminist.
Strong?
Oh, yes.
Will you elaborate?
Well, I believe that women were treated unfairly, to say the least. Men and women are equal, and they should be treated that way. We women should be allowed to do anything a man is, whether it's get an education, pursue a career, or vote.
Well, you do have a strong will about you.
Well, thank you.
Did you plan or have any idea you were going to be so famous about this vindication of the right of women that you wrote?
I certainly had no intentions of being famous. I was just trying to share my ideas in hopes that it would change. Fame was never the goal.
Okay, well, let's hear more about this husband of yours. How did y'all two come out?
Well, like me, William had some pretty ambitious ideas. I found him attractive, and not to mention his ideas values were closely resembled mine, and despite both of us viewing marriage as a vehicle for exploitation, we got married anyways on March 29th, 1797.
Well, Mary, I believe we're running out of time, but before we go, is there anything else you'd want to say, any quotes that you want to leave us with?
Well, I have some that are near and dear to me. I'm sure if you've already heard some by now. I do not wish women to have power over men over themselves. And also remember, no man chooses evil because it is evil. He only mistakes it for happiness, the good we seek.
Okay, well, that's very moving, Mary. I'm glad that you could join us today and enlighten us on your life in the 1700s.